But we don't realize the stuff that we put on ourselves. We put ourselves in situations that we expect the other person to understand the reason why we're doing it. But these are choices that we have made. So if I have made this choice to allow somebody to come stay with me, then I know I have to take the responsibility of my bills is going to go up a little bit for that, maybe that month, or whatever length of time that person is there. Plus, when you tell them to come, you never give them an ultimatum of how long they can stay. See, a lot of times we don't put all that stuff in perspective. And my thing is this: if you're going to invite somebody to stay in your crib, whatever the case may be, you need to tell them that while you're talking to them. Don't wait for them to get to your house, move into your crib, and then all of a sudden now, well, look, being that you're staying here, I just want to let you know that, I'm gonna need you to chip in on some of these bills. Hold up, player. If I just lost my crib, how am I gonna chip in on something that I could have stayed? You see what I'm saying? So our expectations have changed the moment they're in the house, because now we're looking at on our end. Well, you know what? This person staying here, they can help me with these bills. I can pocket a little money. So here's my question. If you open your doors to somebody and still expect for this person to pay something, are you being selfish? Or are you truly showing who you truly are?
What is that? I don't understand who you truly are. What is that?
What I'm saying is, are you selfish because you move somebody into your crib but you expect them to pay something? Or are you just going to stay who you were, like you still paying your bills on your own without even asking for anything? That's what I mean, like who you truly are in your own crib. But even though you got somebody new there, but the thing is, are you a selfish individual for allowing somebody to stay there and you want them to pay bills?
No. The fact that you're even offering your place as a place for shelter for somebody suggests that you're not selfish. I would say that a conversation needs to be had. If you are just getting by and somebody is down bad and you know that they're going to buy, you do have room for them. However, it may increase some of the bills and you're just getting by at this moment. You need to have that conversation in the very beginning about what's going on. Also, I think here's the thing. I'm the type of individual that I would just let somebody stay. You know what I'm saying? But I also know that I'm the type of individual that's lacked boundaries before. So what I feel like needs to happen is there needs to be a game. Okay, you're gonna be here for 6 months. Let's see what the utilities look like after that first month, right? In addition, I like my house clean. I can't be walking around, picking up shit. Excuse my language, picking up trash, right? Those types of things. This is my schedule. I need you to honor that because I need to be asleep by this time. You know what I mean? And then the other thing is, but what I really want you to do is make sure that you're doing everything you can to save as much money as you can. Because in about 6 months, you should be able to get yourself, or how long is it going to take you to get yourself back up? And so, okay, that's where we're at, and that's going to be the goal. And let's talk monthly just to kind of see where you're at on that, to see if you're good. You know what I mean? Because I don't want no surprises. Like sometimes we let people come in because our knee-jerk reaction is to help. But if we don't realize how it's going to impact us on the negative, you know what I mean? That's why it's important to have that conversation on the front end, those types of conversations on the front end. Because our knee-jerk reaction is to say, hey man, I got you. You can come here, until all of a sudden you're tripping over trash and you gotta, you're dripping over trash, your favorite leftover taco Tuesday, somebody ate your leftovers, you know what I'm saying? And now you're on the way to work in your feelings because somebody ate your lunch in the middle of the night. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, we have to be mindful of that. We gotta, like I said, I'm not a fan of putting your name on the milk. But I am a fan of making sure that you set some boundaries and set some boundaries, not necessarily expectations, set some boundaries and have a game plan if that's what you want.
Right. So let me just say this. So for you men, and I'm talking to some of y'all sisters, because this is what some of y'all women do. Y'all get a man, you find a man, you move the man in. Let me explain something to y'all ladies. If you move that man in, don't expect that man to pay your bills. You cannot tell this man, oh, you come live with me, and all of a sudden he come move in, and now you expecting this man to pay your bill. No, and some of y'all sisters do it. So let's call it spade a spade. Let's not sit here in front and fabricate, because there are some women that move men in, that move these brothers in, and all of a sudden you expected this man to pay your bill, even if the brother got a job. You make this man leave his crib to come live with you. Because maybe your crib is a little bit bigger, but now you expecting him to sit there. Oh, well, why you ain't pay this? Why you ain't pay that? Because baby, you've been paying these joints before I moved in. You've been doing it before I moved in. Now you got me. Now you expect me to pay something that my name ain't on? Now, if I offer to pay a bill, that's one thing. If the man offers to help you, that's one thing. But see, we have these things where we living with somebody. Now all of a sudden, well, you had the place before me. Now I'm moving in. Now all of a sudden, I got to kick in and pay bills. But here's the funny part: a lot of women don't believe in 50-50. But guess what? When I move in that crib, what we doing? Ain't we going half on the baby?
I'm gonna tell you like this: I got you, Michael. Let me say this real quick. It should never be a man's living with a lady. Y'all should be living together. I'm gonna give it the best advice I can give you. And it does happen and it does work out on some occasions, but most times when a man moves in with a woman, that is, you start acting up, you gotta go, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to move together something. Oh, you wanna live together? Okay. Y'all go somewhere together. Because I don't know of most. I'm not gonna even go down that road. I'm gonna say y'all should move together. It should never be a man moving in. I would highly suggest not to do that. What you got, Mike?
I was sitting back listening. I went through this experience, right? So when I got home and took everything from me, and I was, staying sleeping in my uncle's garage, you know, it was a humbling experience when you got to call another brother and say, hey, can I, live with you? And you were a grown man, so it's definitely a humbling experience. But when I called my brother and I was like, hey, this is my situation. This is my fight. This is my exact situation. Are you able to help me under these conditions? See, I would never just expect for somebody to open up their home to me in any way, shape, or form, or any of the things that they have without me first being able to offer something. See, someone is always going to have an open heart to give you something, to open up something for you, but you have to be able to be willing to walk through that door and be willing to give as well. You gotta already have that inside you to be able to meet that other individual some way, shape, or form halfway. If you don't have the finances, that means what? That means you're gonna have that house is gonna be done. That means ain't gonna be no trash, right? If you know what I'm saying, you're gonna cook. You're gonna do something that's gonna simply contribute, that's gonna lessen the stress of the other individual that allowed you to live with. See, my mom always taught me, never fight the hand that feeds you, because at the end of the day, that person fed you. Now, it might not have been, physical food in your mouth, but that person gave you a roof over your head when you're not sleeping in your car or on a bench or, having to deal with other things. It's giving you the opportunity to get yourself back in order, to get yourself back to having a foundation. So you should contribute to the foundation that was given to you. That's how my mom always taught me, because I remember when I was sleeping in my uncle's garage, and he was like, no, I don't need you to pay rent. But what I need for you to do is to save up your money. And I'm going to give you, a certain amount of time. I don't want no money from you. I just want you to get your stuff together so that way you can out and actually do what you have to do for yourself, because I don't want to stagnate you to where you have to stay here with me and you're a grown man. So it was more of, let me educate you, let me help you, and then it was like, now you can, I did what I had to do. So it's all about, how you approach the situation. You should approach the situation with respect. Literally, if you're the one that being fed, you know what I'm You're not the one feeding somebody else. You're the one needing them. So you should be at that humbling experience. I mean, to me, you should be the only one at that point.
For what? For what? Why do I need to be humble for? At the end of the day, if you open your door to me, I don't need to be humble. Here's the thing, right? Like I'm gonna say this. Like Ford said, and I'm gonna say it. I guess you guys may have said it. It's two scenarios to this whole situation. If you tell me to come stay with you, I'm opening my door. Hey, listen, you messed up. You come stay with me. That's it. And that was the whole conversation. That's all you getting. I'm coming to stay with you, period. You ain't tell me nothing else. Don't explain nothing to me when I get into the house. That whole conversation of me coming to stay with you should be on the phone. Okay, look, bro, I'm going to give you a place to stay, but this is what I'm going to need from you. I'm going to need for you to do X, Y, Z. Do you think that you can meet those standards? You gotta set the standards before the person walks through the door, not when they get through the door. And that'd be the problem right there in itself. Because in my mindset, if you're telling me, hey, you give me a place to stay, that's all I'm thinking about. Yo, I ain't gotta do nothing. I can get myself together, do X, Y, Z. But if you tell me what your standards are, like, look, I'm gonna ask you this, brother. You come, I'm gonna give you, Ford, you can come stay with me, right? You messed up, I got you, come stay with me. That's it. I didn't set no standard. The only standard I said was what? I'm giving you a place to stay, yes or no? Which means I'm covering your food, covering all the bills, everything. I'm not asking you for nothing. Now, I'll be like, yo, Ford, yo, look, twin, you can come stay with me, but look, this is what I need for you to do. If you're gonna come stay here, I need to make sure that, you know, like I said, I go to bed at this time, I gotta get up at this time. I just want you to go out there and look for work. If you need a computer, you know, you can use my laptop, whatever the case may be. I'm setting standards for you. And these are things that people don't even do in relationships, even when two people start moving in together or living with someone. If the man moves in with the woman or the woman moves in with the man, you have to set those standards before that person walks through that door. Don't set no standards when they get in the door. You can't do that. Those things, and these are the conversations that don't be had until these things happen. You sit there and all of a sudden she come in here and you like, well, listen, baby, I'm glad that you're here, but I'm gonna need you to do it. You know, I'm gonna need my clothes clean. Why you ain't tell her that when she was on the phone when you was explaining to her that she could come stay, or when you was explaining to that man that he could come stay with you? And I know a lot of brothers say, you know, ain't no man supposed to be living with no woman. It's true. But show me where it says that at too. Who set that standard that a man is not supposed to live with a woman? Just because she has hers, he can't move in with her. When did that, make it make sense? I mean, to be honest, I really want to know where that stuff is written. Because even if she has the place, he's still providing, yes or no? Yes or no? Regardless of the fact. See, people got the game twisted. And they be saying, oh, a man ain't supposed to do this. How do we know what a man is supposed to do if we ain't even doing it? If you can't say something that you're not doing, that's what a man's not supposed to do because it doesn't look right in whose eyes? In whose eyes? But if this woman loves you and you love that woman, what is the problem with y'all living in the same crib even though she got it and you got to move in with her? So what? Where's that problem at? Make it make sense. I'm just saying, make that make sense. We hear it all the doggone time. Man, you know, brothers ain't supposed to be living with no woman. He's supposed to have his own. Well, maybe the man got his own. But maybe hers is bigger than his. And she's like, you know what, baby, I know you got your own place. And I love coming to your house. But maybe you should come here because, you know, we got more stuff. We can do more things here.
Maybe our place is closer to his job. Whatever the circumstances is, if you're leading with righteousness and togetherness, it's really not going to matter where you know, if the point is we're going to humbly be together, going forward in life, doing our thing, you can live in suicide and fight forever. You're together. And if you're together on the same page, you're going to do whatever it takes with each other to make it work. So the whole, a man shouldn't live with a woman, that's like what you call a mandate. Because the bottom
outside is the house that you're going to. It's an establishment where you can go and close the door, lock the door, and you would never live here. It's clean, it's comfortable, you're good. That's it. So the same rules is going to apply whether it's my house or whether it's your house. So it's best not to put those standards or those man-made rules, because that's going to come in between what becomes important. What's really important. And what's really important is y'all both got a clear understanding of what you both made that step to being together with one another, no matter where it's at. That's what you're going to put in the forefront. Where you're at, it doesn't matter, as long as you're happy.
See, my thing is this though. When you see certain women, oh, if he can't afford to do this, what do you mean he can't afford? Regardless of the fact, it doesn't matter if this man can afford an apartment, a one-bedroom apartment, but he has been good to you, and he's a good, solid man. You trying to tell me that's not good enough for y'all? That's not big enough? It's just y'all two. How much space do y'all need? See what I'm saying? It's like the greed. It's the greed that some of these sisters be having. Some of them. I'm not saying all of them. If it don't apply, let it fly. But it's the greed that some of these sisters be having. My thing is this, once again, until somebody can truly prove to me that if a man moves in with a woman or a woman moves in with a man, it's wrong. It's wrong. I need proof on that. I need solid proof. And tell me, did God say this? Because all you holier than thou people, where's the scripture on that? Show me that one. I will wait. What up, Jay?
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna do what you say. It sounds nice. What you're saying sounds nice.
Come on with it.
But it's not the reality, bro.
Whose reality though?
I'm talking about the reality, period. Here's the thing. You're right. I agree with you. It should be a problem. It should be a problem. That doesn't mean that it isn't. We can't sit up here and talk like that. These things don't happen. Men move in with women all the time. Stuff doesn't work out, and all of a sudden, now they gotta leave. It's all bad. That's why I don't recommend it. I don't feel like it should happen. I don't feel like that's the way it should happen. I'm telling you what actually does happen. Right? So yeah, it sounds nice because in theory, it should be exactly how you're saying it is. But when that theory is based on two healthy individuals that have communicated effectively and understand what they're getting into. And most times, that is not the case. We have two individuals that are still trying to figure it out, right? And then as a man, and so I say,
My bad, Nedry.
okay. I was like, oh snap, I got Nucky up here. What's this?
Yeah.
Listen,
What? We bringing sisters up, huh?
I'm saying the reality of it is that there's something much different out there. But I do agree with you in saying, hey, that should be a problem. It really should. Because the thing is, to Ford's point, if I'm living, if she lives closer to my job, right? Why? And we have now decided that this is us and we're together, right? Marriage, even long-term relationship. Why are we wasting a whole rent check on another place that we're spending only half of the time? Right? That doesn't make sense. So why not come together, take that money and save it or put it towards something? You know what I'm saying? And then start building together. I'm 100% a fan of that.
Right.
What I will say is that when you go into something as a man and now you're living with them, like if by some chance things don't work out, it doesn't always work out well for them. It doesn't always work out well for them. So I think you need to be. I agree with you. I'm gonna say it again. I agree with you. It should be a problem, but the reality of it is it does get held over its head. That's quite often, and that's just the reality.
No, and you know what though? It can, but it depends on both individuals at the same time. Like it's not like automatically, hey, come live with me and I moved in. No, there's conversations before the moving. Like the conversations, the boundaries, all of those things are set before the moving. So it's not like she calls you today and be like, hey, Ford, I want you to come live with me. Hold up, we need to talk before I come in. Before I move with you, we need to have a conversation. Because especially if I know that we're in a strong relationship, we're dating with a purpose. Not said just dating, we're dating with a purpose. And at the same time, during this purpose, I'm noticing that I'm traveling far, but every time I gotta go to work, I'm able to leave, like you said, I'm able to leave from your house because the distance is short. So now if it takes me to get to an hour to your house, that means I'm like an hour and 25 minutes from my job. So and you notice that I'm spending nights there, and I'm only going home on the weekends because that's my crib on the weekend, but I can stay with you during the week. It makes sense. Sweetheart, let's have a talk. I see that you're commuting this hour and 15 minutes, but you can just when you stay here, you only drive 15 minutes. So why don't you just come live here? Okay, babe, if I'm gonna live here, we need to have a conversation. We need to talk, and that's where you as the man need to really step up. I'm like, look, we need to have this talk because I'm not gonna live here and have you looking at me, and I'm not gonna live here with either my name is gonna be in this lease or on this deed or whatever the case may be. Because I need to put my name on something. Because at the end of the day, what you're not going to do is get your attitude and tell me get out of your house. Because one more thing, when we're together and I live with you, now what once was yours is now ours. And if you can't live up to that part, then I'm not moving in. I would rather take that commute than take that headache and problem.
I think a good best practice is when you dated somebody and it is now you want to ask them to marry you and y'all get engaged. I think that would be a time. To me, that would be a time where you say, okay, now let's talk about combining stuff because we need to save either for this wedding, we need to save for this, or for the honeymoon, or for both. But I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what the right decision is. I just feel like that's a responsible one off the top of my head.
Right. But see, you got people that's not married but still living together and still got their names on stuff. So people say it's for marriage, but is it really for marriage? Because you got people that don't even believe in marriage or don't want to get married, but yet are sharing property. See, let's call it spade a spade. If we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it. People are living in the same household and got their names on all of these things, but they are not married.
If you're going to do that, I would recommend somebody, obviously married, that's between the two people, and that's what should be done. And I understand that, but if you're not going to do the marriage thing, I always recommend all my male friends that go down that route. Yeah, I always recommend it. And this is not just for the man thing, this is really for anybody, but obviously I talk for men about it, but generally the men move in with women. If your intentions are noble, then it would never be a problem to put that name on the lease. Or deed, whatever the situation is. If marriage is not what you're talking about or where you're at now, but you do want to coexist, then the name would have to be on the people that shows the intention. Like I'm not going to get mad after an argument and tell you got to get out of the house. So again, you're going to always promote marriage if you're going to go that route of living. But if you're going that route of living together and really making forward with your plans, then at least the strength, the foundational structure to show is your name is going to be this lease. So even if I'm mad at you, I don't have the right to just say get out and stuff like that. That's a telltale sign that you're in this for the long haul. If you're not at the stage of getting married, but still want to coexist. But most people just say get married and want to have a problem. But again, this is matter what both of y'all had at that time. But I would never, ever in my life move in with anybody if my name wasn't on that paper. I wouldn't. If we're not married, I would never walk put in that house as an occupant on a daily level unless my name is on that document. If not, I'll just until we get to that level of marriage. I've seen the worst happen. I've seen it too many times. And I've always said that would never happen. You don't know what's going to happen, but if I get control of what I do, that would not happen. It just would not happen. Because that's setting yourself up for possible things. Because as I said, you never know somebody to live with.
But here's the thing though. So if that's the case, right? So
I gotta drop. I gotta start doing some stuff to get some sleep. But that one, let me just say what I need to say. At the end of the day, think about what your purpose is before you enter into any relationship, right? If you know you're gonna have to offer things, you should know already. If you're gonna offer them, don't expect anything, right? It's just know that don't expect anything. The person that is being offered, depending on the situation and the scenario, you should already have it in your heart to please try to meet that individual halfway in any way, shape, or form underneath the scenario or the condition. Have that conversation before you enter into anything, right? So if your brother hit you up and you're out on the street and said, hey man, you come live with me, but there was no proper instruction to just come live with me, then that means no. You don't have to, you just move it in. You just do your thing. It's expected. And that means you're not gonna accept. That means I'm expecting Bill to handle rent, pay the bill. He do. I'm not gonna expect him to come to me for nothing. I'm gonna save my money out. But if we have a conversation, you're gonna say, oh, wait, my door's open, X, Y, and Z, but these are my conditions. Man, you got 6 months to run. I need you to get your money up. I need you to get your money. I need this. I need you to do something for yourself to get yourself together. That's what this time is for. Now, if I go and take that 6 months and don't do what we agreed upon, hey, at that 6 months, I should not be able to come to Bell and be like, yo, Bell, hey, can I get another 6 months? No. That means it's time for me to go. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when you make a choice, it's either you're the one giving it or the one receiving it. Make sure that both parties are getting a benefit out of it, so both parties are respected out of both scenarios or the situation. I laugh with that. I love you guys. Gotta get some sleep.
nah, get your rest, young blood. We holler at you. Y'all can pack them up. I like what he said though, but I mean, at the end of the day, here's my thing. If two people decide to move in together, and something that Ford said is like, it's society. First of all, me personally, I don't care what society say, because society ain't living there. Society's not living in my house. Society's not walking through my door. Society's not even in my relationship unless I allow them to. See, we put people in our situations, and then when they get upset, when they start calling us out on the situations that we put them in. I'm not, look, if I decide to live with my woman, so what? That is my choice. We both made that decision together. And if she gets tired of me and want me to leave, then it's her choice. And guess what? It is my choice to pack my shit up and leave. Excuse my language, I almost slipped up. But it is my choice. Everything that we do in life is a choice. I chose to move with this woman. She chose for me to live with her. And we realized things ain't work out, but that don't mean I'm gonna break up with you. See, that's what the number one problem is. If we live together and it didn't work out, guess what I'm doing? I'm gonna move out, but I'm still gonna be with you. Just because I left does not mean I'm leaving you, I'm leaving a relationship. I just left because guess what? I realized at this present time, because this is your crib, I can't live with you like this. Now, unless we're gonna get something together, then that's a whole different situation. But see, a lot of times people they move in together, and because it didn't work out that they didn't move, that they couldn't live together, that they break up. Who said anything about breaking up? All we said, our living and loving is two different things. I love you still, but I love you enough that I can't live with you right now. Because you keep telling me how you want things done in your house, but you moved me in and they thought it was us. No. Listen, baby, I'm gonna get my own place again because I love you enough that I need to move away. I'm still gonna be with you, And we still gonna be together. But you know what the problem is? When that happens, it's an attachment. Because now you guys are living in the same household, so now you are attached to each other. And when the moment you feel like I gotta move out, oh, you breaking up with me, you leaving me? No, who said I was? Who said I was? I never said I was leaving you. All I'm saying is I can't live with you right now because of the standards that you set place in your home. You didn't make me feel comfortable in the place that you allowed me to come stay at.
You know something though? I'm gonna tell you. A lot of what you say, I mean, there's a lot of truth to it. But, you know, but some people just, whether it's a man or some people just, their discipline is not well as it pertains to their companion or wife or whatever, their partner. I'll give you a beautiful example. The lady and the man that I call my mom and my dad, my best friend's parents, right? They're my parents. They've known since I was 8 years old. My mom, I can't begin to tell you how many times she told my dad, get out. That woman, she never gave a dollar to her. But she always said, get out. I'm gonna say, I don't even know if she knew where to rent on. But she always told him to get out. You know, and I'm not saying that, you know, some people should accept that. But there was just some people that don't have certain forms of discipline as it pertains to coexistence. Why I have to like try to figure it out. It's what you can tolerate. Because I couldn't tolerate. Nor would I tolerate. And I would never give that. My house, like a lot of my friends would laugh at me and say that my house is the underground area. So when brothers be going through stuff with their women, you know, hey, come on, man, you know what's better than that. You know, you know the rules, right? We're not talking about it. And I've opened my house to a lot of people. Just come over here and give yourself a break. Make the next move be your best move. You know, relax, get your feet under you, and go back to where you need to go. Right? But I do understand that everybody don't think. So it's very important where you put yourself as it pertains to going to somebody else, because that's when you're going to really see who this person is.
And that's what I'm talking about.
It's theirs. And, you know, when you're working hard to maintain it, this is where you will really see who they are, what you can get with them, and their personal temper.
So with that being said, oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead. No. So with that being said, right, twin, here's the thing. So if I go live with you and you live a certain type of lifestyle, right? Scenario, men and women, relationship. We move in together. I move into your place, I see how you live. Now all of a sudden, or you move in my place, you see how I live. We still in a relationship, even though I moved in and I dipped out. The problem that I have is with some people, they think just because I moved out, that means I left the relationship, and I never did. And that causes a rift in your relationship. Well, you used to live with me, but you left. No, I didn't leave you. I just left the crib. See, that's the problem. That's my problem that I see when it comes to certain people in situations like that. Like, why do you think I left you because I can't live with you right now? I never said I can't live with you, period. But at this present moment, because it is your home, I moved into your home. So I had to adjust to your lifestyle, which made me a little uncomfortable. But if we both took the time out and got a place together, now our lifestyles can adjust to each other. I can't adjust to something that I'm already walking into. You see what I'm saying? These are problems. These are the problems. Because when a woman lives with a man, she has to adjust to his lifestyle. That's not fair to her. It's not fair to her. Because now she has to change and has to walk a certain type of way or move a certain type of way just to fit that man. Period. and vice versa. That man has to walk and move to fit that woman. So I'm changing who I am just to make sure that I keep this woman's place the way that she wants it. But guess what? I still love you, baby. I'm still in love with you, but I gotta get my own because I'm used to my lifestyle, how I need to live. So, but now later on down the road, I'm not telling you I'm leaving you. Not at all. We can coexist in two different places until we truly decide that we can both coexist together in the same household.
I took this though, and that definitely sounds great on people.
Are you serious, bro? It's not the textbook way. That's what it is. See, that's the problem.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
You just did. You just said it was textbook. Yo, did he not just say it sounds good on paper? That's not even agreeing with me. Come on.
I said what you're saying sounds good on paper. However, you're talking about people and how they think and how they do. If you're about that life, it should have never gotten to the fact that you leave it because you would have accommodated the fact. You would have accommodated.
Do not make me end this. Don't make me end this live right now. Do not make me end this live.
Tomorrow, you can give it our person.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Your person, good. I mean, stop. I know. He's something to do. But no, T, what happened is this. If it got to the point where people could not live together because they're uncomfortable, they're uncomfortable because somebody's not moving, that means because two people are not honoring one another. Because if you think that it's going to be a problem if you move into her house or she moves to your house, that problem is going to exist going to the next house, maybe under a different.
No, it's not.
What's really happening there is people are not adjusting to.
Ford, watch this. Ford, Ford. Go ahead. Say what you gotta say. Watch this. I'm gonna bust your bubble real quick.
I'm gonna say. What happens is people are not adjusting to one another. Now, it may be, so you know how you got the same thing, but it's under a different cloth? So now I can't tell you, get out of my house, because now we move to a different place together, and I'm going to, it's on the lease. However, now, why you ain't doing this, and why you ain't doing that? So you still have no issue, but it'll be under a different cloth. So if you moved in with the intentions of being good together, and then now you say I can't move in because your house is that, that means she's not respecting you. If she's not respecting you or you're respecting her, that's going to go no matter where you. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not refuting what you're saying.
No.
But if it got to the point that if it got to the point where you had to leave because there's memory, that's a lack of respect. And that's going to travel with you no matter when.
Ford, watch this. I'm glad you said all that. It sounds good on paper. But here's the reality to what you just said. So what I'm hearing is this. Even if you lived there and I lived there. First of all, let me say this real quick. I'm going to say this and I'm going to say this. See, when it comes to situations like this, that's where before you guys move in, that's where the conversation need to be had. What boundaries are y'all both setting so y'all can coexist? Because if you're still going in with that mindset of this is me, and she's still going in with that mindset, of course it's not going to work. It's going to be too much risk. But if both of you guys take the time out to have this conversation about, listen, we need to set some boundaries if we're going to buy this home, knowing that you live this way, knowing that I live this way, oh, we need to set these boundaries so that we can coexist. Period. If there's no boundaries and you're still walking into someplace new with the same nonsense from your old place, what do you expect is going to happen? Oh, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you're not doing this. But if you set those boundaries with each other, my brother, it can work. It can work. But it's all about having that adult conversation To the point where, guess what? If we brought this together, there is no this is mine, this is yours, this is ours. There is no you putting me out and I'm kicking you out. No. There's none of that. We're going to sit here because our name is on this and we're going to have these conversations that need to be had. But if you don't set the boundaries in the beginning, that's where the problem is. Because all you did was just come in there and sign something. Don't agree with me now, because you just said it sounded good on paper. See, now you see what I'm saying? You went through all this chaos and all this other stuff, and then when I broke it down. Right, you're right. Listen. I ain't hear a word you said.
Fraudulence. This is Wednesday, it's not Thursday.
Right. And look at Daniel. She said he did it the whole time.
That's one person, bro. Why you know what? You have this thing where you just pinpoint one person's comment and be like, look at this person.
Okay.
Fix your mouth. We're not about to cut forward. We're not doing it. This is not Thursday. Oh my God, this is not Thursday. Stop derailing the line, but just keep going with the conversation. Thank you. Brother Ford, Mr. Ford, what do you have, sir? Please.
I'm going to say, so here's my thought. I agree with you from the standpoint of, I think what happens is people don't have that conversation when things start going bad, when they move in, right? And what they do is they try to stick it out, and then it gets bad. So the move out turns into the breakup. Instead of calling it what it is very early on, like, yeah, this ain't working, I probably need to get my own space so we can continue to try to grow together and be in a better space. Most people don't do that because a lot of times people think of us two people moving in together. Okay, well, that's the commitment, and I got to make sure that I'm here for that commitment, even when I may be uncomfortable. But at some point in time, you know it's not working out, but y'all living together. So you have to make that decision early on, so you guys can break and still stay connected. Most times that doesn't happen. What happens is you stick through it, and then it starts getting ugly. They looking at you sideways, up upside your head. You sitting in the car for 20, 30 minutes before you even get there, just trying to get your mind right before you walk in the house. You know what I'm saying? Those types of things start to happen. And then when it's time to move, now it's just a straight breakdown. So absolutely, I agree with Velvet saying that you have that conversation. The reality of it is that's not what we do. And we stick it out and try to make it work. We need to make it reset and get back to our own space and learn how to love each other again without feeling a certain way. And then maybe as we grow a little bit more together, you can come back. Unfortunately, that's just not what happens. It's not the goal. But the reality of it is what should happen is people should be reevaluating their situations on a weekly and monthly basis to understand if this is the right situation I'm supposed to be in. Whether it be I'm living with somebody, or whether it be I'm even in the relationship period. You know what I'm saying? You got to have those conversations. Because if you start having checks and balances more often, you can catch the little things that turn into bigger things, right? And you can address them there. And so instead of it turning into something where something ends up blowing up and you guys are no longer together, you can turn it into a learning opportunity. The emotions are low, and you guys are open to each other's experiences, and then you just build a stronger foundation. I'll end there.
You know what, though? Now, the mindset be running. Here's the reason why I think people feel like they're going to break up, why they think the relationship is over once the other person moves out. And here's the thing. If the man decides that he needs to move out, why are you moving out for? Oh, who you dealing with? That you just want to be like this. You want to be like that. You want to live your best. Like, oh, you just want your own place because you want some of these women to come over. That's what it is. Who you checking for? When a woman leaves, or she puts the man out, his thoughts is, who you messing with? You kicking me out so you can have another brother in here? That's one of the worst reasons to move in with someone. That right there itself is the worst reason, because now your mind starts to think, if he wants to move out, all of a sudden, oh, guy, go get your plate. You just gonna be a dick because you want to have all these. Now you start pointing fingers and throwing the blame game about something that's not even true.
But you're right. Sometimes people move in because they want to keep tighter tabs on what they do.
That's crazy work.
Why ever the reason, the bottom line is what we all have said. Make sure the reason that you are going to now coexist is for the right reason of moving forward. Period. And that's going to give you the best chance of properly making it. Give you the best chance of making it. Period. Don't move in for nefarious reasons or fictitious reasons or monetary. You coexist because you have a plan on never breaking up. Even if it was before marriage, that's on y'all. I ain't say yay or nay. But to move in together, you should have enough data about that person and be willing to take the hits that are going to come with living with someone. Those hits are going to come. Like them or not.
But here's the thing, though, boy. I love what you said, right? If those hits come, and sometimes you might get hit even hard to the point where you want he or she to move out your crib and you're not even married. Then what? See what I'm saying? So what's the purpose of even living together if you're not going to be married? Because what if them hits happen to come? And we never said that they not. But what if them hits just happen to come and now you want the person that you claim that you love or that you're in love with, now you want them out your house? Then what? But you can never be ready for somebody's hits if you never seen them. You can't say I'm preparing myself just for the worst that this woman gonna do. But you don't even know what the worst is because you never dealt with it. And that worst may make you feel so jacked up on the inside that she tried to destroy you as a man to the point where you want this woman to get out your crib. I don't want you in my life no more. Then what? But that's not your wife. But y'all living together. See, we can't say that. It sounds good, but we can't sit here and say, I want the worst, because if you ain't never seen this person worse, because you ain't never really pushed that woman's buttons before, or she ain't never really pushed yours, and all of a sudden, she pushes your button, and you give this woman all hell breaks loose on this chick. And what's the first? Get out my house. I don't want to be with you no more.
That's the risk that we take, period.
Who's we? You ain't supposed to take, but see, that's the problem. Those are risks that you shouldn't have to take if that's not your wife. No, bro. I do not agree with that. I'm not taking no risk in a relationship of dating a woman that we living together and I got to take that risk. Hell no. The only risk I'm taking is that with my wife. As a married man, that's the only risk that you should be able to take. But if you are not married, there is no way in the world I am responsible to be taking risks like that. No way. No way in the world.
So then to your point, don't live with nobody unless you're married. Then that's your point. Then why? Because now that makes sense. Because the conversation was people living together. It wasn't necessarily married. But what you're saying, that applies to someone, that applies to if the mindset is married. Do not do it unless you're married. Okay. Because a lot of the points in the scenario was just two people living together. It wasn't about marriage.
But what I'm saying is, it's not about being a point. Don't try to reverse it.
No.
What I'm saying is the reason why all these things happen is because two people are not married. And that's number one. Number two is this. A lot of people live with each other and then get married. But see, that's not the way it should be. But then again, who said it's not? Who said it is? We all have our own beliefs. I can live with you enough to see the type of woman that you are. I can live with you enough to see the type of man that you are and realize, you know what? I can tolerate you. You can tolerate me. Let's get married. It makes sense. But if I can't tolerate you and we living together, then I want to move out. You can't get mad at me because I can't live with you. I can be with you, but I can't live with you. You see what I'm saying? And those relationships are fine as well. But you can't look at it as, oh, we tried it, it didn't work. We tried living together, that didn't work. But the relationship can still last. That's the problem. When people live together, they think because one person moved out that the relationship no longer works. No, living together don't work at this moment. But being with you, I can still be with you.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Okay, so I'm gonna take that right there what you said, and then again, I'm just hearing from what you said. So okay, we tried it together.
Hold up, time out. No. You know, I like to do comments too. Because they're sitting there talking about it doesn't make sense. What doesn't make sense? Please explain your situation, lady. What doesn't make sense? But go ahead.
Okay, then maybe we can actually bring that one up then, because it's probably too much to type. But nonetheless, so if you're living together, but it didn't work right up together, the relationship is still work, but not living together. So do you just split up, continue dealing with each other, and come back when you're married?
Okay. Did you wait. What?
No, I'm asking you.
What was the question again? Ask that question again.
So okay, so you live together, you split up. It doesn't mean we're broken now. We just can't live together.
Yeah.
So do you get back together when you're married?
Hold up. No, I'm gonna break this down real quick. But let me break this down so that way it can forever stay broken. Because some of y'all don't get it. First and foremost, right? If we live together and I leave you, I'm not leaving you. I'm not leaving a relationship. I'm still with you. We just can't live in the same household. We can't coexist right now because guess what? I moved in with you. We didn't move in together. Once again, we never set boundaries. If you caught an attachment to me living with you and you got comfortable, and I tell you I have to leave because I can't deal with something that you're doing right now, you have to respect me as a man. I still love you. I'm still in love with you. I still see you as the woman that you are, but we cannot coexist in the same house because I'm living by your standard and it's not fair to me as a man. That's the reason why I left. Bottom line. Are y'all following me so far? Okay. No, so at the end of the day, even though now we're living in two different places, now we can start setting standards with each other so we can move into our own place and not me live with you and you live with me. At the end of the day, because I would still come and see you. I would still come and spend weekends with you. But I'm not living with you anymore. Because by us spending time with each other, back and forth now you coming to my place, I'm coming to your place. We're setting standards. So you get a better understanding of how I like to live. And I already know how you like to live because I live with you. Now we can set these standards and set these boundaries with each other when it's time to buy the new place. So now guess what? Now we can coexist in the same household because I already know what he likes. I know how he moves. I already know what she likes and I know how she moves. So where am I wrong?
Okay.
Make it make sense. So when we get married, guess what? Now I'm marrying you with the conditions of the boundaries that we have set. Let me say that slowly. I am marrying you. Not only because I'm in love with you and I love you, but the conditions of the boundary that we both set.
Okay. Okay. So now this is just me. The boundary and the condition and all of that stuff that should have been the problem why you was in there, that should have been worked out when you moved in from the very first. That you should have known where you was going before you went there. No, you spoke. You should have known all of that stuff that became a problem later on before you got it. You should have known that. paid attention to me.
Let me know when you finish.
I'm finished.
Okay. Here's the thing. It sounds good on paper, right? But how do I know the conditions of how you truly live unless I'm living with you? See, I can be coming to your house and I don't know everything because you could be perpetrating a fraud with me coming to your home. But the moment I move in with you, now conditions have changed and you live a different lifestyle that I'm not accustomed to or nor that I'm used to. So, with that being said, I moved in and now all of a sudden there's all these things that I'm not, that stages that you have set. Make it make sense, bro. You make it sounds good off the gas. Come into a BS logic. Yes, nigga. Come on.
Supposed to know because you should have taken that time to get to know the person while you were there. So do you really think that this woman?
You sound foolish. It sounds foolish.
Hear me well. You're meeting somebody, dating. So that means that you spending time at her house. She's spending time at 12, right? You're gonna see some things in return. As long as especially if you spend enough time with her prior to people in. So again, maybe you wouldn't have seen the total run, but you would have started seeing small portions of things that may have been.
You just answered your own question. But go ahead.
No.
You sounded so foolish what you just said.
Actually moved in there, you should have seen some kind of thing that may have concerned you.
Negative, Batman.
So it's not going to matter of you saying that now I got in, all of a sudden it's like, up back to track. There they go. Oh, brother, you should have seen something before you did.
Okay, now I'm glad you said that, right? That sounds so sassy. Well, here's the funny part. Because people don't show you who they truly are until you truly live with them. Ooh, let me say that again. Did I just say that? My bad, Ford. Did I really say that out loud? People don't truly show you who they are until you really live with them. Then you really start seeing the red flag. But they don't show you the red flag. I let you talk. People don't show their red flags because they want you. Just common sense. Just like when you're dating, when you're with someone. You don't see the red flags until you are truly invested in this person. Let's call a spade since you want to go there. You should have seen it all. You ain't gonna see everything. You only gonna see enough. Here's the funny part, right? You only gonna see enough that makes you comfortable. You know what? I can deal with it. But they're not gonna show you their true hand. It's just like a game of poker. You ain't gonna see the royal flush until it comes. You ain't gonna see them aces up them sleeves until they pull them out. Because guess what you're going to do? You're not going to get them at their worst until you push them to that limit and you do something that make them get to that point. You don't see that in the beginning because here's the funny part. If you actually seen all that in the beginning, would you still be with that woman? Hell to the no. You will not. I ain't trying to be with you. Look how mad she got. You think I want to live with some women like that? No, you will not. So you're going to deal with the little bit that she's going to give you, the little small pushback, and you're going to accept it. But the moment this person gets pissed off, then what? Are you still going to stay? Did you see that red flag? Did you see that red flag? No, you didn't. You know why? Because they never showed their hand. Nobody shows their true colors until it comes out. Everybody wants to play nice. Everybody wants to do something because they want you there. And the moment things get messed up, that's when your behind starts seeing all the red flags. So deadly with all that bullcrap, you should have known. You ain't know. If you did know, that means you dealt with it and you sat there with that nonsense. Stop playing in my face with that bullcrap. Nigga, please stop playing in my face with that nonsense. Trying to make that crap make sense. It don't make no sense, bro. How you gonna say this? Oh, I learned this woman. You don't even know everything about the woman that you with. No man does. So how we gonna sit here and say, yo, I know my woman, I know my man. Nobody knows 100% of the person. You know why? Because we don't give 100% of ourselves. So the moment we start giving 100% of who we are to the person that we with, then that person will know us. But we don't. So stop playing in my face.
Okay, you ready? Are you ready? What you're saying is very logical. That
Logic.
no, no. What you're saying has logic. But if you wasn't doing your homework and your due diligence, watching things and just watching them as they develop, that still is on you. Now maybe you would have only gotten 12% of something that when you got deeper in, you saw 80% of it. But if you're not paying attention while you're recording or dating or whatever, before you step into that house, you wasn't your due diligence. Now, I'm not saying you're going to know everything about the person.
That's what you just said.
I never said, I said, don't tell me that you didn't see something. I didn't say everything. You're never going to be able to see everything in time or in reveal. But if you're going to sit up there and say that you saw absolutely nothing, you weren't paying attention. That's what I said. I didn't say nothing. If you didn't see anything to where it's a problem that you got to leave that house, that means you wasn't paying attention. You should have been able to see something. Now, maybe that something that you saw wasn't enough for you to say, let me bump the brakes. But to say you didn't see anything, that's a problem.
So first of all, did you hear me say I ain't seen nothing?
No,
All right then. So when you keep talking about if you didn't see something?
in all reality, you did say that by saying the only way I'm going to know somebody is if I moved in.
I never said that. Don't whoa. In order to get to know somebody, I gotta move in. I didn't say that. So now you're putting words in my mouth about me saying something about.
What I'm saying, you didn't say word for word, but by your action.
Oh, now it's my action.
By your action, by saying you're not going to know anybody until you talk to me. So you're
Okay.
saying it by your action, not by your
No, see, here's where you're getting a misconstrued, my brother.
Okay, I'm listening.
This is where you're getting it twisted. What I'm saying is this. Living with somebody, you know who they truly are.
True.
When you live with someone, you find out who they truly are.
True.
That's what I said. That's number one. Number two, I can know you from outside of my home. But guess what? Even though I know you, I don't know everything about you. But when I live with you, and we living in the same household, and I start seeing certain things that I'm not comfortable with, I have every right to live. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, this is what I'm saying when it comes to that realness. People sit here and say all these things, right? But at the end of the day, I can be with this woman and be and could be performing and have a representative. But you know when the representative truly comes out of the person? When you're living together. Because you see, we all have representatives, men and women alike. I'm gonna represent this way because guess what? This person don't live with me. She don't know how I'm living. So she could come to my house and I could be the best thing since fried ice cream. And I can go to her house and be the best thing since fried ice cream. And she'll be the most immaculate woman. So you don't see the sign, my brother. You don't see them red flags. But guess what? When y'all move in together and you start living with her, and all of a sudden you start seeing things that you never experienced before. Wait, I know he was like this. I ain't know he was like this. Guess why? Because that representative can no longer exist. That you cannot keep up that representative does no longer exist. So now you become your true self, and then what? Now you gotta see if I'm strong enough to deal with this person or not. Doesn't matter how much time, it doesn't matter how much time you spend around. See, here's the problem that I get with y'all people with this. It's enough bad amount you spend around. I don't care how much time you spend with me. Because if you spend the 2 or 5 years with me, I can still be the same person and still keep that same persona. You know why? Because you don't live with me. You don't live with me. So I can pretend every time you come to my house, I can be whatever you want me to be at that moment. It does not matter. You will be the happiest woman in the world if you didn't live with me and came and was just coming to see me. Because you know what? All I got to do is just make sure for the couple of days that you were there, or whatever time that you were there, I can be this man. Period. And then when you leave, I can go back to being who I am. It is a persona, bro. Y'all got the game to y'all. Listen, you know what? Y'all believe what y'all want to do. That's your thoughts.
One question I just want to ask. One question. So are you saying that even if a person is front and putting up a facade, you don't have the ability to see something? I didn't say everything. Now remember, when you live with the person, you will eventually see something. You're gonna see a whole lot. Do you have the ability to see certain things before you got to the point of living with the person? Yes or no?
No, because I'm going to keep this. All I got to keep doing is putting up a front. No, nigga, please stop with this nonsense. All I said was this. All I got to do is just keep this. If we don't live with each other, if I can't live with you to see who the type of woman that you truly are, I can keep up a front the entire time. I can keep up a front because guess what? You don't live with me. I could be. Here's the thing. I can have 400 or 500 women, 3 or 4 other women. You won't even know because you don't live in my house. But guess what? To me, in your eyes, I'm the maid. Oh, I'm his woman. You my girl. You my boo. Baby, I love you. I can tell you all the immaculate stuff. But guess what? The moment you leave, I got somebody else coming through and I'm knocking on walls out. But in your mindset, I'm the only woman. This is my man. I got a good man. My man don't cheat. My man don't do nothing. None of that. But let that brother, now y'all live together. Watch how he changes. He switches up. He's moving different. He ain't talking to you the same way that he was talking to you before. Now he's giving you attitude and all this other stuff that you wasn't even aware of because you are, because you didn't know. And the same thing with that woman. The same thing with that woman. She's all nice and, oh, baby, I love you, this, that, and the third. And she represents you the correct way when she's around you. You don't see no flags, bro, because you and Lala like. You like, yo, I got the baddest chick on the planet. Yo, my girl does this, she does this, she does this. But behind closed doors, you don't even know what she's doing when you leave her crib and you ain't been with her for like 3 or 4 days. As a matter of fact, you a weekend lover. Because that's all you got, because you live in 2 different places. And number 1, so you can't spend time with her during the week at her crib because you got to go to work, which is closer to your crib. And she can't spend time at your crib like that. Oh, she can come see you. Y'all can go out and date and do certain things during the week, but ain't no spending weeks. But when it comes to the weekend, oh yeah, on the weekend, guess what? I'm going to her crib, she's coming to my crib, we spending time with each other on the weekend, we getting to know each other. Really? Really? Come on, man, stop playing in my face. Because behind closed doors, because here's the thing, you're not going to show that person nothing bad about you. On them weekend trips, nothing.
So
but
I'm
please, come on, brother.
Long enough, and I'm almost done with my coffee.
Join you with a couple more toothpicks.
Oh yeah, you got 2 more. Okay,
Got 2 more weeks. Yeah.
So 2 things. I'm going to say this. Number 1, it depends on how locked in you guys are and like the proximity. Because I've been in situations where we live close enough where probably 5, maybe 6 days of the week we saw each other. I was either over there, I promise you. You guys have a second, even if you guys stay in 2 different places, you're going to find out things about that individual that may, you know what I'm saying? You can't hide it if you're spending that kind of time together. In addition, another thing that you can throw in there to try to find out who somebody is, go travel. Go travel. That's going to tell you a lot about who they are and how they move as well. There's so many different ways to find out if somebody is right for you. Like if you guys are on the page, time will tell. Like, yeah, you can fake it to make it. Some people have that ability to do that for 2 years, right? Most people don't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to tell you, to Velvet's point, yes, That can happen. People can do that, but the reality is more common that people are going to slip up and show you who they are, more than that they're going to be able to play that role for an extended period of time. If you're paying attention, right? If you're paying attention. A lot of times people bank on us not paying attention. They bank on the time that we're spending away and whatnot. I'm telling you, if you lock the step with your person, you should know when something's off. You should know when something's off and when you need to address some stuff. That's just reality. Because as men, we should be paying attention to what we are being intentional about. We should be paying attention to what we are being intentional about. And if we're doing that, it gives us a better opportunity to understand who those individuals are. But we got to spend time with them. And time is not always, getting to know them isn't always just being in their space or them being in our space. Sometimes y'all need to be in spaces together. Go travel somewhere. Go do some things together. See how people move. You'll figure out what that is. You'll figure out what it is.
And that's exactly, it is your job to make sure whatever it is.
Don't be taking in all kind of extra hair. You got to get that extra hair. You just go,
Y'all gonna get this work. I ain't done yet. I ain't done with y'all yet. Y'all must have bumped y'all. Y'all must not know who y'all talking to.
It is your job to make sure that whatever it is that you're consuming, to find it out to the best of your ability. So I could be infatuated, I could be loud out there, but that's my focus on me. If I still need to do the diligence to find out who you was before I walked in that door, it still relies on you. You have to be that. You have to always be better than swivel. You have to always pay attention to work because this is your investment. You just can't come there and the stock market is going good. The stock market is great. Are you going to put everything that you work on in the stock market just because it's good right now? No. So why do you get that work?
Okay, let me ask you. Okay, well, let me go back to this one here. Boy, there's something that you said. Say that. Pump your brakes. Look, stop derailing. I'm going back to this Ford. I ain't talking about this one. I'm going back to this Ford. Sir Ford. Say that attentional thing again that you say. You say we need to pay attention to what?
To being intentional.
Okay, with that being said, right? Here's the problem that I have with some of these brothers. We can't pay attention to be intentional if we're paying attention to too many women, and we're not even. And so where's the intention? I could do that. See?
I didn't say that. So now you're trying to throw
No. You said we need to focus and pay attention to the. What?
say that. Listen, don't move the goalpost. Because I can take her 73 yards. You can move the goalpost. We were all like one woman, one man. We weren't talking about.
See, here's the funny part. Y'all see this, right? Yeah.
About teaming up against
I ain't mad. I love that. Do it, cause I'm built for this. So let me. No, the only reason why I asked that question is because when like I said before earlier, and I'm going back to what I said earlier about 40-something minutes ago. We men have the tendency to be paying attention to a lot of women, and we're supposed to be focusing on one, but our focus has gone beyond just one woman. So if I'm paying attention to be intentional, who am I truly paying attention to be intentional to if I'm dealing or talking to multiple women? If I got a statement.
Yeah, now you said 47 minutes ago. You think I didn't see how we flew?
Hey, yo, bro.
Yeah, I did that 47 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, y'all stupid. I'm glad somebody caught that. I saw that in real quick though.
She said 45.
I know. I said 47 minutes ago. But nah, I mean on some real though, I'm gonna say this. And these are just my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And ladies and gentlemen, respectfully, I'm going to push the envelope as I always, because that's my job. I don't want to sit here and agree with anything that none of my brothers say. I'm always going to push the envelope, regardless of that. But another thing is this: and you know, everybody. The reason why I love doing what we do over here, fellas, because of our opinion. Our opinions, and I love y'all for your thoughts, man, and y'all don't back down and y'all stand on your business. That's what I respect the most about my brother. Hands down. Hands down. Whether we right or we wrong, we still gonna stand on on our own opinions and our own thoughts. And there's nothing that's gonna make me deter from it. So that's what I love about y'all, and I love my brother. And I'm saying that. And I ain't sassy or none of that, because I'm about as hard as they come. But yeah, I love my brother, for real. Like, and I want to die. Y'all made me almost touch the brother heart a little bit, yeah?
It's okay, Twin.
Man, hey, listen, I'm feeling like 27 seconds ago, I was feeling.
Yeah, I mean, listen, but do y'all realize who y'all talking to though? Y'all like I ain't new to this, bro. I've been doing this for umpteen years. This 4 years in the making, baby. This ain't nothing new. I does this. One thing I am gonna do, the one thing I am gonna do is I'm gonna stand on business. I'm gonna stand on what I stand for. Real talk. And at the same token, like I said, I'm a firm believer though, and it is what it is. If you want to get to know, truly want to truly get to know a person, sometimes you got to live with that person to see what you really dealing with. To truly see, because like a lot of times, like I said, and we got to call a spade, brother. Some people will fake the funk, and some people can fake it till they make it. A lot of people are still faking it right now. They probably right here in the comments don't even realize that they faking it. They faking it. And they've been faking it for the last 5 or 10. Here's when you know somebody faking. I'm gonna tell you, ladies. You know when your man faking it till he make it. When that man put that ring on your finger, he ain't marry your behind. And you've been sitting on that same ring for the past 5 years. You living with a whole dude, and this man ain't ever proposed to you. But he's faking it.
It's very important that we provide due diligence. When you make that kind of investment, because this is the investment of life. And that's why I use the stock market analogy. And I've used this more than once. I want to sit up there and say, if you put money into something and it's not getting the dividend that you thought it was, or the trajectory was on the screen, you'll be quick to take it out because it's not getting it. You have to be that diligent into the person you're going to reside with, because that's supposed to turn into marriage, and you know.
Is it supposed to? But how long is that going to take? Because my thing is this: how much time? Because my thing is this: if you living with somebody, it's been 3, 4, 5. Matter of fact, 2 years plus. How long is it going to take for you to marry that person? Or are you really? Hold on. Here's my thing. We gotta since you want to put it out there, I gotta put it out there. If you living with someone, if you guys are living in the same household, and it's been past 2 years, and you guys are not married, it's never going to happen. Because what are you waiting for? You as the man, not the woman. I will never put marriage on a woman. I put marriage on that man. What is that brother waiting for? And if this woman tells you she's not ready to be married, then guess what? She's not the woman for you. Bottom line, I'm gonna say that again, so that everybody can hear what I'm saying, men and women alike. If you two are living in the same household, and if that man does not propose to you within the 2 years, which means number one, he plans is pretty much not to marry. And if that man asks you for your hand in marriage within that year, and you refuse that man and say that you're not ready, then guess what? Brothers, I advise you to leave this woman because she's still weighing her options. Bottom line, I don't care what anybody's saying now. When it comes to marriage, if you don't, you know. Ain't no way in the world like I'm not ready. What are you not ready for? But we living in the same house. What are you not ready for if I'm doing all these things as a husband, and you doing all these damn things as a wife, but we not ready to be married and we living in the same crib? And it's been what, 5 years, 4 years? Like, who's playing who? Who's playing the real game?
I'll say this. I know there's people who are okay with being and kind of just doing life together. For me personally, if I'm with somebody for a year, I'm probably going to ask them to marry me at that point and try to figure out how we can do that within the next year. I don't, and that's just me. That's just me at this stage of my life. But some people are 100% open with, hey, listen, we doing it. And hey, and I can't even knock it because some of those relationships are better than a lot of these marriages out.
But,
You know what I'm saying?
but bro, but my thing is this though. If you plan on spending your life with this person and you've been with them 2 years, what don't you 2 years or more? I'm gonna go 2+, because it takes about 2 years to really get to know somebody. But you live with this person 2+ years. You still trying to tell me you don't know whether you want to marry this person or not? You are still up in the air with this? Come on, bro. As a man, I spent 2 years with this woman. I could deal with her. I could tolerate her. All this. I seen some stuff that I'm willing to not put up and still put up with. There's no need to progress this dating. There's no need to progress us still living in the same household if we're not going to be married. I can tolerate it. I can deal with you. I've dealt with you for 2 years, baby. So this year right now, you know what? Let's do it. That's it. Because why you want to continue to stay dating? Because you know what the beauty, the problem with that is to me is, I gave you 2 years of my life. If something was to ever happen and you got me that pissed off, I can tell you to leave. I can tell you to get out my house. I don't need you no more. Bye, woman. This is over. But see, in a marriage, if you piss me off that point, guess what I have to do? I have to work that relationship out. I have to work that marriage out. There is no walking away. There is no I need space. The only space you're getting is when I walk out the door to go to work and come back. Here's your space. Period. People got the game messed up. They got it all twisted. And they're making their own rules as it goes on. But let's call a spade a spade. If I'm married to you, for better or for worse, I'm taking that worse because it's going to get better. That's why they put it first. I'm going to take that worse because the worst, if I get your worst, I know I'm going to get the better part of you later on down.
So my question, I guess my last thing to kind of comment on that is I think when we go into partnership with an expectation of what's supposed to happen, I think oftentimes people can lose focus on what the work that needs to be put in to be able to get there. Right? So I'm focused on the goal. We do this all the time. I want to make $1 million. I want to make $1 million. I want to make $1 million. But nobody says how. Nobody knows about how they're going to make that. They're not putting in the work. They think, oh, I got this job and I want to make $1 million. But nobody's saying, what are the steps? What's the progression of getting there? And so, is marriage the end all be all for people? Some people it's not. Some people it's not. Some people it is. I think if we take our mind off of end goal, of being marriage or being a life partner, whatever it is, and just say I'm going to show up best for my person every day, then I feel like we'll find ourselves in a much better situation just moving forward, period. And maybe the things that we're all open to, maybe it turns into something we never even thought it would be. Maybe all of a sudden, no, wait a minute. You know, I am open to getting married. Or maybe it just says, oh, no, we're good. This is good. But I think the thing is that no matter if you're in a marriage or relationship or a partnership, you still have to show up a certain way for that thing to work in the long term. Period. Like there's no, oh, now that we're married now, I got to do something different. No. When you got to put almost more work in, honestly, when you get married. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of people, and I'm talking about people's mindsets. Because a lot of times people's mindsets think, okay, I'm married now. No, it's like I'm married now. Let me strap up because now it's time to put in the real work because now I've committed. I've been joining a covenant with this individual and I'm committing them to be my husband or wife. And now I got to make sure that I am really, really in tune with not only who I am, but who that individual is, and then who we are as a couple. And I gotta pour into that. And sometimes that means you gonna get on my nerves, but I still gotta cook for you. Sometimes I'm ready, I really want to thump you in the back of the head, but let me go get the oil change in the car. Sometimes that doesn't mean that means we're not liking each other, but we're going to bed in the same bed, and we're going to sleep in the same bed together, and we're going to wake. We're going to figure out ways to your point, Velvet. You said it the other day. I'm going to use your stuff on you. Now we're going to come together when it's not feeling right. We're going to come together. We're going to hold each other's hands, look at each other in the eye, and say, "Hey, these are the things that I love about you and why I care about you." You got to level set. People aren't committed to that kind of work, man, because it takes too much of swallowing pride and dismissing ego for people to be able to fall in line with that. But the thing is that ego and that pride has to go if you guys expect any kind of longevity. I'm saying it from a standpoint of failure. I know what happens. I'm telling you, I'm a perfect example. I know what happens when ego and pride isn't thrown aside. And then I can look at people around me that have done that, and I see what that looks like. So if we're not ready to have those kinds of conversations, if we're not ready to say, "Hey, this is who I am, and I'm here for you no matter what it is." Like if you want to get married, say, "Okay, that's when I want to get married." Now it's time to put in the work. And then when I get married, it's still time to put in the work. That's just the reality. It's whatever you do when you're going to be in a partnership with something. Even in a friendship, man. For me to say, "Hey, I love you, Velvet, I love you, Ford, we're going to be friends forever," it's going to take, there's going to be times I'm going to get on your nerves, you're going to get on my nerves, but we still got to say, "I still love you, bro, and I'm still with you." Problem is, when that dopamine hit wears off, now people are like, "You know what, man, I'm good. I'm starting to, you know what I'm saying? I got these other homeboys over here I go kick it with." Ooh, and especially in the social media platform, I got 20, 30 women in my inbox because I got a nice beard. You know what I'm saying? That want to say, "Oh, that one bitch before." Nah, man, let's do it all that. All that stuff is smoke and mirrors. What you should be focused on is the people that have been focused on you. Because all that other stuff is just there. It's almost like a facade. It looks like it's there, and it looks good. But the reality of it is, it ain't what you think. What is what you think it is whatever drew you to the individuals that you are close to now. That's what you need to continue to water. It's what you need to continue to feed, because those are the things. Those are the people that are going to be there with you. But all this other noise, that's why I don't pay attention to the noise. Like I don't care at all, man. It's like I said, when I'm not in a relationship now. When I'm in, y'all may not know who it is, but y'all will know that I'm not available. Y'all don't need to know who it is, but you'll know that I'm not available. And at the end of the day, that's fine. And we'll do our building, but I'm not letting any of this other stuff, because these people will drain you. They're energy vampires. They want to suck you for something for a little bit, man. They want to take something from you for a little bit, right? Until they drain that resource from you, and then they're going to move on to the next person that they got in line. That's what people do. So just be careful, man. If you guys got somebody that has your best interest at heart, and you guys got friendships, it's not always in a relationship. It is not always going to be great, but y'all can always be great, if that makes sense. You can be great for each other.
Absolutely.
I'll end there.
When
That's what the
I see it. That caffeine. That's why I ain't say nothing. Woo, boy, that was good.
because the title is the title. Just because you have a title doesn't necessarily mean you deserve it.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. A title is a title, and it may cause you to make more money, but are you really doing the job of the title? There's a lot of people right now that is so disgusting and fed up technically marriage. So what they'll say is, I would rather, to your point, I would rather take the person that's going to do the job without the title of marriage than have the marriage without the person doing the job. Because at the end of the day, it's what do you do? What do you do? And that's what really counts. I'm not saying don't get married. I will never say don't get married. just here to say you all want the person to show up for the job, not necessarily the title. Title don't work.
So let me say this real quick, because I know we got to close out soon. The only one title that makes sense is marriage. That's my wife. That's the best title in the world. Not my girlfriend. Not I'm in a relationship. That's not titles to me. My title is this is my wife. We are married. Number one. Number two. Marriage is not the end of it. Marriage is actually the beginning of a new life, a whole new thing, a whole new situation. You know why marriage is so beautiful? Because you're only dealing with one person. I only got one personality. I only got one spirit. I only got one person that I have to worry about. I don't have to worry about all these other different women, I don't have to worry about no other spirit but that one. That's the beauty of it. And if I'm going to fight with one woman, I'm going to fight with that woman and that woman alone. I don't have to, if I'm going to remember birthdays, all I got to do is remember hers. If I'm going to celebrate, all I have to do is celebrate her. I don't have to celebrate everybody else. I don't have to spread myself thin to deal with so many other women, but I can just give this woman my all. See, these are the beauties of being married. These are the best things about being married. You know why? Because when there's a problem, I only got a problem with her. I don't have a problem with them. All I have to do is make sure that I have to keep one heart, love one person, and pour into one person. Then I have to keep pouring, giving myself to so many different women, trying to learn them, trying to understand them. If this don't work,
That's the real, I'm telling you, that's the real play.
and that's the hardest thing. One of the hardest things for us to do is really just, you know what? Man, I want to, I want to get married to you, baby, because I see everything in you that I've seen, that I thought that I wanted in other women, but everything. That, you know how hard it is to really to sit there and actually tell yourself everything that I've ever wanted, that I needed. I got that in you, but everything that I wanted, I got from so many different women I didn't need it. That's why I'm not with them. And the same thing with women. Everything that I wanted in a man, you ain't gonna find in that man. But everything that you need for yourself, for your spirit, for your heart, for your mind, and for your protection, is come from the man that you need, not the man that you want. Stop trying to design a brother. Ooh, that's heavy. A lot of your women designing these men in your doggone mind. You design a man.
We've been talking about this a lot. Like, we have these expectations of people. Like, we create this image of we want somebody to fit in. And you completely take away the authenticity of the individual that you're dealing with when they have to meet a certain. Because you never know what's going to be good for you. Right? You may say, "Ooh, I want A, B, C, and D," and that may not be the right thing for you. Right, so when we eliminate the expectations, there's a difference between eliminating expectations and setting boundaries. Right, there's a difference. Boundaries are, and you should be creating your own boundaries, by the way. And you place people within that space to see if they're able to respect the boundaries that you created. But you still should be allowing people to show up. That's the whole point of putting them in the boundary. You're still allowing them to show up as who they are, and they will test those boundaries. You have to give them a little grace because you don't know what you don't know. You never know when you're going to inspire somebody to be a better version of themselves. But the thing is if we keep dealing with people and expecting certain things out of them, and those expectations are based on stuff from our past, which is unfair. It is unfair to set expectations of people based on what's happened in our past. No, we should be moving forward. How am I ever going to accept a blessing in front of me if I'm looking and managing it from a lens that's things that happen behind me?
Come on, bro, speak. Come on, bro, you better tell them what that rear view mirror look like. What that rear view window look like.
It looks like lack of success.
Come on.
You focus on lack of success. You focus on the failure. You should be focused on what you're doing moving forward. What lessons did I take from that? And then how am I going to not let the next person pay for what the last person did? And so then I can allow these people to show up as who they are. And then I have a better understanding of who they are. They have a better understanding of me. And then we can make an educated decision based somebody else was from behind somebody else that hurt, right? And that's what it goes down to. It really comes down to people learning from the past and healing from it before you start going. Because a lot of times we make other people pay. We make other people pay for stuff that happened to us before. Everybody's been in a relationship where somebody's reacted to something that we did. And we're like, why is this so big? It's not, and not to dismiss what they said, but it's a little bit more than what it should be. And it should be easily something that it can be worked through. And the person can't get past it, and it becomes this huge thing. It's the first time it's ever happened with y'all, and now it's a blow up. Like this is something that's been going on. It has been going on in your head for however long it's been since that last person did it to you, because you never healed from it. But now you're making the next person pay for it because they've done something that reminded you of that, and it may not even be indicative of who that individual is as a person. We got to stop making other people pay for stuff that we didn't heal from, what the last knucklehead didn't do, or the last woman didn't do right for you. It's not fair. It's not only is it not fair to the individual, it's not fair to you. Because now you're just going to continue this cycle of failed relationships because you haven't healed from the one you were supposed to. And then it ends up being compounded. Now there's different scenarios that you're compounding on top of this. We create our own misery, and we sit in that misery because we're not ready to take ownership of, number one, our own healing. Number two, what we did in those situations to try to create what happened. Right? And some of that may be our inability to just be able to walk away, but it's not walk away. So we stayed in it and we allowed ourselves to continue to get hurt.
That's why I say what I say about this healing process. People ain't really healing. Healing from what? They not. Listen, let's do the math now. We got to close out. I keep saying we got to close out, but Lord, this conversation is too good. When it's too good, but I know we got to close out soon. So let me do this. This is the reason why I say a lot of people are not healing, like I said, about an hour and a half ago. Yeah, I put my time in there. About 56 minutes ago, roughly. I'm going to go with 56 minutes. The thing why people don't heal is because, like I said, and I'm not saying all, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to add it in. The reason why people are not healing, especially us men, I know men do not go through a healing process, because for a fact, if we lose a woman today, we're going to find another one within the next 2 weeks. A man does not like to be alone. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. One thing's about a man, I can't speak for all brothers. I know me and myself and I can't be alone. I can't stand the fact of being by myself. It sucks because I have to talk to myself, and when I talk to myself, it kind of pisses me off because I start believing some of the nonsense that I'm saying. It's not a good thing. Men, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Men do not like being alone. I don't know how many brothers do. I think I love being alone, because if you are alone, guess what? That means you are by yourself. That means you are dealing with no women whatsoever. There is no woman in your life that exists. Nobody that you're slaying, nobody that you're talking to, nobody that you're putting down. There's no box that you're eating or beating. Bottom line, you are alone. That means you are just dealing with you and you only. Your sexual preference is you and Miss Pamela. If you don't know who Pamela is, call the brother and ask him who he is. I gotta keep it real. You know me. If I don't keep it real, I'm being me. But I'm speaking. But you know what I'm saying though, because when people say that's what I'm saying. A man can't be. We need that female companionship no matter what it is. Even if, that's what I'm saying. There's no real healing journey for a man. What am I healing from? I left this woman. Guess what I did? I got on top of another one, or I got another one on top of me, just to fill that void of loneliness. But you know what the problem is? When that void and all that is said and done, and she walks out, guess where you are right now? You are alone. And that's the feeling that people don't like, men and women. They always say, I'm healing. You ain't healing. You got somebody healing your inside, filling that void. It's called a spade. That sit there and be BSing. Well, I don't want to be in a relationship here, but you got a whole friend that's breaking you off in your time of need during his healing journey. So what do you need a man for when you already got somebody coming to do the duties that needs to be done when you want your duties done? But y'all healing. But y'all healing. But y'all healing. Anyway. Thank you. When you are healing, which means, I'm gonna say it like this, to be honest, you wanna heal, lock yourself in your crib. The only time you should come outside is when you're going to work and getting something to eat. Bottom line, other than that, you shouldn't be having TV, you don't even watch no love movies or nothing. Sit there and read some books. And pet your cat. And feed your bird. You wanna heal, you wanna stay away from all that stuff? Matter of fact, turn your phone on. Get rid of your phone. So that way can't nobody call you, can't call him. Get a chastity belt. Anyway. Are you sure you're ready for tomorrow, twin?
Baby, after the day, baby, I really suggest you get your cardio ready for the ball, man.
I'm good. Somebody said, why don't you speak to a mental health professional? Because mental health people don't work. I don't know why people talk about my mental. First of all, why do I need to talk to somebody about my mental health? And they got mental health problems. So how's somebody with mental health problems helping me with my mental? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pray. That's where my help comes from. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all things shall be added unto. So that's what I'm seeking. Anyway, my brothers, y'all got any closings y'all want to rock with?
I'm good, man. I'm good today.
But yeah, same here. We had a beautiful, beautiful live, real strong, real passionate. You know, a lot of involvement in the chats, a lot, which means that it was a great live. Many great live, very informative. And let's hope that people take what they got and apply it to their lives and make their lives better.
Indeed.
Along with that, because I've taken a lot from board and my twin. So this is what we do. So let's keep this thing going, baby.
So, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow morning you have Make It Make Sense. Myself and Twin over here. Yeah, you heard what I said. Twin over here. Tomorrow. Yeah, like I said, tomorrow's live is called Make It Make Sense. Me and the senior citizen that's down there in the bottom, we got a little conversation that we do going on Thursday morning. And then Friday morning, we back at it with the Horsemen at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Saturday mornings, you have my brother Boyd, 2.3. D4. And Velvet Jones, 2.0. Cooking with brothers on Saturday morning. Come and get some of this good food and good conversation.
See, you stop short of the chat.
Anyway.
I said you stop real short.
Well, how are you the champ, bro? You got 2, I got 2. Like, you just...
No, just take it. Just give it.
Give what?
No, just give it.
Yo, can I finish my announcement? Rain, get your bro before you get packed up. Ain't nobody the champ. He got 2 victories, I got 2 victories. How's he the champ? I'll wait. You won this week. You're not the champ. Like, you act like you got a whole championship belt.
I'm the champ this week.
Okay, whatever you want to go with. Anyway, can I continue, please?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyway, Sunday mornings you got Micah Ministry at 9 p.m. Pacific time, Mountain Time. I'm sorry. Then you have She Moves the Room, the ladies of the Horsemen. You have Rain Love, you have Sister Nudgy, and you have Angie B. She Moves the Room, 6 o'clock Sunday Eastern Standard Time. And then my brother Ford. Mr. Ford and Uncle Angelo got the music thing going on. I don't know what do you call it, Wind Down Sunday?
Yeah, but I don't think it's every Sunday. We just...
Nah, that was popping though. It was, I ain't gonna front, I have fun.
Yeah, we'll see if we still do it, but we'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
It was dope.
No, it was dope. That was one of the best Sundays. If y'all didn't catch it, you know, we just sat back, kicked back, played some good music, had some good vibes. It wasn't even like a battle. We was actually just piggybacking off each other, which was crazy. But the music was lit though. It brought back some good feeling. Of course, coming in Monday strong. We got Ford Focus Monday morning, 7 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific time. That is 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time if you don't know your time thing. And then we back at it here Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with the horse. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, write it down, take notes. Get in harmony with your brothers. And of course, like I always say, I can't deny this. You guys, I want to thank each and every person that pulled up to this live. Wholeheartedly. Thank y'all so much for your support. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for tapping the screen. We almost had 2K today, and I ain't even asked for it. Look at God. I ain't even asked for it. Nothing. They just came in and got the. Listen, thank y'all for the likes. We truly appreciate you. Real talk. Thank you for the new people that started following us. Oh, just to let you know, we have Horseman hoodies. We have Horseman t-shirts. We have the Horseman. We got all the stuff. We got books, phone chargers, cups, all that. Come pull up if you go to each and every one of our lives. We'll be posting some stuff soon. But we have the Horseman Chessman t-shirts. We have the 7 Horseman t-shirts. We also have the Chessman hoodies. We have the Horseman hoodies. All of these things. We got journals. We have mugs. We got t-shirts, long sleeve, short sleeve t-shirts, all those things. If you go to our page and hit the website, look, there's one right there. That's a double Jones joke. See, that's the black hoodie right there. So those hoodies is fire. Get your hoodies, y'all. We back it. We out here. We out here. And that's just one. They come in color. We got white hoodies, black hoodies, very good material. We got t-shirts, mock necks, V-necks. Like I said, just look out for the video. We got it coming out. Yeah, the Horseman is made. We ain't here to play no game. We're about our business. They go to white. Look at the white hoodie. Look at the white hoodie. White Joe. Yes, we got zip up hoodies too.
This hoodie comes mandatory. You have to get a pair of all white Air Force One.
Gotta get the white Air Force. Yes, we got zip up hoodies too, sister.
Oh, hold on, I'm gonna show.
Yeah, sure. Matter of fact, just put it on display.
With the catalog out there.
Put the catalog up. Look, that's the zip up hoodie. Matter of fact, hold up, let me get you on the big screen. Let me switch that up. Let me get bro on the big screen. No, what I'm gonna do? No, hold on. I got this, bro. I got this. Oh, that's not good. Can't see.
But that one's small, but I can show the other one at this. But let me just do the other one.
See if you can get the other one. There it is. That's the black tee. Look at the black hoodies, y'all. You see them? That's that Horseman merch right there. Yeah, we out here. We try to do it for y'all. Y'all go out there and get your Horseman t-shirt. Come represent us. Somebody said, when is the tour? You know when the tour is? When y'all set the tour up for us to come to a neighborhood near y'all. So, if you want the t-shirts, you can go to my site, you can go to Mr. Ford's, you can go to D's Ford page, you can go to Nudges, you can go to Range. It's the same place where y'all got the calendars at, for those that purchase the calendars. Just hit that link under my bio, hit the link, it'll come right up, and then you go to collections, and you'll see all the collections. You got She Moves the Room, you got the Horseman, and you got the Horse Chessman. So you got all three. So we got it all out there. Yeah, see, Nudgy, it's for those right now, it's in the, she just put it in the chat.
Yeah, the links are in our bio.
Yeah. So if you actually look and try to get the calendar, then boom, do the same thing. But like I said, we're gonna have a little. I'm gonna try to throw a little something together for y'all to see. But there's more to come. This is just
Yeah,
the.
we got some more mock-ups.
Yeah. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm trying to get the whole glacier. Feel me? Anyway, like I said before, I appreciate each and every person that comes into this live. Thank y'all so much for all your support, for all the taps, for all the love that you guys show us when you come to these lives. But we don't play TikTok, as you see. We're not playing. This is who we are. This is what we do. So,
Yeah, when you guys go to the site, make sure you guys go to collection, and then you'll see everything from the calendar, the She Moves the Room, to the chess, the Horseman chess collection, and the Horseman 7 collection.
yes, sir, because that's what we do. But anyway, my brothers, I love y'all. Thank y'all again for being who you are, man.
Yeah, appreciate all the taps, y'all, all the gifts. Definitely another good conversation, man.
Somebody said boot cut sweatpants. Oh my God, somebody said boot cut sweatpants. Next thing you know, it'll be like, where them fans at? Whoa, I got my boots on. Well, yeah, gray sweat. Exactly. You want to be nasty? I ain't wearing no gray sweats.
You know what? We still got 147 people in there, including us. Let's just do this. Let's just tap this. Got a 180. Everybody for 1 minute. Let's just tap it. 200,000.
200,000 in 3 minutes, because I'm closing out at 11:30.
Let's do this. Everybody, please, if you're able to, even me, I'm doing it right now myself. Everybody, let's just tap it up. Get this bad boy up. 200. We got 2 quotes. Let's make this happen.
You know I love y'all, man. Y'all know me. Y'all ain't got to do, but y'all do it. I appreciate it.
We got this quote, baby. Might as well just knock it out, baby.
Listen, I'm locked in with my people. I'm locked in with all y'all, for real. The funny part is people don't be understanding, like we locked in with the, yo,